Hello, internet friends. How have you been? Nice to see you again. You know how sometimes you want to go to a museum and you want to absorb culture or the arts. You want to go to the ballet. Well, I love the ballet. But sometimes you want to have cotton candy and roller coasters. And that's what we're going to do today. Okay, so our tea. The tea is by David's Tea. It's a rooibos, which means technically it's not a tea, it's more of a tisane. The rooibos is a bush from the southern part of Africa. So to me that's not an herbal. An herbal would be made from herbs like chrysanthemum or basil or something. This is from a bush. So it's not technically tea because it's not from the Camellia sinensis plant. But it is called cotton candy. It's by David's Tea. I just love it. So here's the thing. It's got green rooibos and then sprinkles, mango, brittle, natural and artificial flavorings, of course. And then it also contains hazelnuts and sulfites. So if those are a problem for you, you're gonna need to find another tea. If you want another tea, leave me a comment below and I'll help you find one. Okay, or send me a DM on Instagram, one of the two. This is called cotton candy tea. It's very fun. It really does have sprinkles in it. I love it. So it has sprinkles in it, so it's sort of got a little bit of sweetener in it because sprinkles are clearly made from sugar. If you do an iced, and it is pretty good iced. If you do it iced though, don't put it in a glass, like a see-through glass, because it's kind of a brown, murky tea. It's still good iced, but some people might be turned off by the color. It's a little bit grainy, even as a loose leaf tea. So what I recommend is instead of using one of these guys, which kind of has bigger holes in it, use something like this. It's kind of a bigger bulb, but it's got small holes. Don't use a mesh because a lot of the tea will come out of the tea bulb. I also have this guy. I got this at Crate and Barrel a couple of years ago. It comes apart. You put the tea in there and then you push it back together again. And yeah. You push it back together again, put it in your teacup, and that kind of lets the flavor go in. I really like this guy the best because you don't even fill up this half, maybe 3/4 full on this side, and then close it, put it in the teapot or the cup, whichever one you want. And the holes are big enough that the water can get in and get all happy, but they're not so big that the powdery rooibos will come out of the tea ball. But it's cotton candy tea, again by David's Tea. So fun. Really good. This is a great tea for when you want some sweet, but you're trying to not, trying to watch a girlish figure. So you don't want sweet. So, and it's also a fun tea. If you're looking for something to give kids and you can say, hey, this is cotton candy tea. That could be fun. They could like that. So, but again, don't show them the color because it is kind of a brown. All right. So the book is where we find our roller coaster. So, okay, our book, I can't show you the book because it's on my Kindle. But the book is called Leverage in Death. It's by J.D. Robb. If you're not familiar with J.D. Robb, you are in for a treat. So all of the J.D. Robb books, and it's J.D. initials, and then Robb, R-O-B-B. All of the In Death books are about this homicide detective called Eve Dallas and her husband Rourke. They take place in like 2061, so they're a little bit in the future, which just makes it fun. But the really cool thing is that over the course of the books that she's written, she's created this community. So Eve Dallas starts out with kind of one friend living in a terrible apartment in New York City. Most of the books are set in New York City. And then over the course of the series, she's found all these friends and created this community. So it's really fun. It's kind of like a show that you've watched on television, all the series over all those years. It's exactly like that. This particular book, the premise of the book is that the guys who are committing the murders are committing the murders in order to like manipulate the stock market or manipulate the art market. And it's pure greed. They blow things up to gain leverage over whatever it is that they're trying to make money from. She writes really good bad guys. You really don't like them. The whole story is just full of texture and crunch. You're gonna love the dialogue. If you're somebody who likes dialogue, you're gonna love the dialogue. If you're someone who likes to see that cast of characters, you're gonna love it. The other thing you're gonna love, if you've never heard of J.D. Robb, this particular book, Leverage and Death, is the 47th book in the series, which means there's 46 books you haven't read, which is awesome if you're looking for a new series. That's like one book a week for a year that you've got, which is fabulous. J.D. Robb, in case you don't know, she is the pseudonym for Nora Roberts, which you're probably familiar with. But check it out if you've never read anything by this series. Every book stands alone. You don't have to read them in order, although if you do read them in order, you get to see how that community develops, which is always my favorite part. I love it when I get to go visit people again. There it is. So what's the daisy? Clearly I love this book. I've never read an in-depth book that I didn't like. They're all super, super stories. And then the tea was a pleasant surprise. I will keep this tea, especially when my niece and nephew come to visit. They will love to get to drink cotton candy tea. So, our cotton candy and our roller coaster today, I'm gonna give it 4 daisies. Yep, I really am. 4 daisies. The book is fun. They're always fun. And the tea's really good. I like it a lot. So, cotton candy tea and Leverage and Death, our cotton candy and roller coaster for this week. Okay? I can't wait. I can't wait for the next one. Oh, the other thing, she writes 2 a year of these. So if you need a good book, you know she's gonna come out with one. Until next time, just remember that a cup of tea and a good book in your hand makes for a wonderful day. And if you like this video and you'd like to see more, hit that subscribe button and click the bell, and every time I upload one, which is on Tuesdays and Fridays, you'll get a notification. And until then, have a wonderful day and an awesome cup of tea. Talk to you soon.